Greetings from Act Now. Did you ever hear one of your parents, say this about you when you were a child? Or have you ever heard somebody else's parent saying this about their child? Or have you ever said this about yours? When said child, whether you or some other child or your own child, is saying or doing something, have you ever heard this being the explanation? He or she is just going through a stage. A stage. Did you ever hear that? Did you ever say that? Did you ever hear it about you? Did you ever hear it about somebody else? Did you ever say it about your own child or somebody else's child? Did you ever hear it or speak it in front of the child? Did you? Did you? Did you? You did? Well, think of this. I know that when I used to hear that said about me, I think my mother had said this a couple of times. Didn't make a habit of it, as I recall. But I think it was said a couple of times, probably because whoever it was being said to would understand what's happening, if my mother put it that way. But I don't think my mother actually thought like this, at least not outwardly in words, to me. I mean, this wasn't a way that she described my life. But I did hear it. I did hear it, and I did understand what a stage is. And I did not like hearing it. I did not like hearing other parents say it about their kids when I was a kid. And I do not like hearing it to this day said about any child. And I especially do not like hearing it when spoken to a child or in front of a child about that child or about some other child. I don't like children hearing that concept thrown around about what they're saying, what they're feeling, or what they're doing. Now, why might I be making a video about this? It's because I feel this strongly about it. I feel strongly enough about it to make a video out of it. Because if you speak like that to your child or about your child in front of two other people, well then shame on you. Because I remember how I felt. Why when I heard this about me or about some other child my age when I was a child. I remember how I felt about it. I remember what I thought about it and what I felt about it. What it says to a child is that whatever is being said about is just a temporary thing. It's a stage, right? Some kind of phase that the child is going through, and that it will go away, and therefore it's not the real thing. That's what it tells the child. It's not the real thing. Therefore, it'll be kind of overlooked, or it's used as a reason to ignore the child. Because it's just some phase. Just let it go. It's just some phase. Just a phase. Isn't that usually the phrase? Just a phase, or just a stage. Just a stage upon which this behavior is occurring, or in which this behavior is occurring. It's just a passing stage. Therefore, it's not the real thing. It's not, here's the point. The main point. It's not to be taken seriously. Some doctor might even tell the parent that. Oh, don't worry about it. It's just a stage she's going through. No, don't think I'm not speaking accurately here about this. This is exactly how it is said, and it's exactly what it means. You as a parent have no right telling your child by way of these words that what he is saying or what he is feeling or what he is doing is not to be taken seriously. I mean, any child of even half-wit will know that if what he is thinking, feeling, or doing right now is just a stage that he is going through, then whatever comes next will also be a stage. And whatever comes after that will also be another stage. And if no stage involves behavior or feeling or thought that is to be taken seriously on account of it just being a stage that is preceded by another one and followed by yet another, well then, only when the stages are finally done will he be engaging in real thinking, feeling, and doing. And only then is his thinking, feeling, and doing to be taken seriously. Which says to the child that only when he becomes stagnant, in other words, no more changing anymore, finally lands on the permanent state of affairs with respect to his thinking, his feeling, and his acting, only when he stops changing in life will he be taken seriously. Well, if he does not want to stop growing in life, then I guess everything, according to mommy, is fake. And until he does stop changing and become, well, crystallized into some ruts in life, well, until then nothing is to be taken seriously. So the only way to be taken seriously is to get stuck in a rut. This is what it tells the thinking, feeling child. It's just the way you want to mind control your rugrat. If it is, then just keep reminding your child every day that everything he thinks, and everything he feels, and everything he does is just a passing stage, and then ignore him. Okay? Maximize your performance. Evolve your life. Act now.